They hid this knowledge for over 5,000 years. And if these words are reaching you right now, it is not by accident. The ancient scribe of the gods, Thoth himself, may have chosen you to awaken to a truth that has been hidden from humanity for millennia. Before we even begin this journey into the ancient mysteries, do me one quick favor. Pause for a second and write "I am chosen" in the comments. Why? Because if you found this video, it means the knowledge of Thoth has reached you for a reason. By writing it, you're not just helping this message spread, you're also declaring to the universe that you are ready to awaken. Thoth, the Egyptian god of wisdom, writing, and sacred knowledge. To the ancients, he was far more than just a deity. He was a cosmic teacher, the keeper of secrets that connected heaven and earth, spirit and matter. His presence guided the scribes, the priests, the pharaohs, and the mystics of Egypt, and yet his legacy extends far beyond the sands of the Nile. According to legend, Thoth is the one who gave humanity the Emerald Tablets, mystical writings so powerful that they contain the secrets of creation itself. Within these texts lie the principles of immortality, alchemy, and the path to becoming one with the divine. Imagine for a moment a set of teachings so profound that they could unlock the hidden potential of the human soul, lifting us beyond the illusions of this material world and into a higher state of consciousness. For over 5,000 years, these teachings were not meant for the masses. They were not spoken of in the marketplaces, nor written in public scrolls. Instead, they were guarded by the initiated, kings, priests, and sages who swore sacred oaths never to reveal what they had seen. These chosen few believed that such knowledge could be dangerous in the wrong hands, because with great wisdom comes great power. But here's the question: why hide it at all? Why would the ancients go to such extreme lengths to keep humanity in the dark? The answer is both simple and shocking, because this knowledge reveals humanity's true power. Think about it. If every person walking this earth understood that they are not powerless, not victims of fate, but creators of reality itself, what would happen to the systems of control? Kingdoms, empires, and even modern governments thrive on keeping people asleep, distracted and obedient. But the Emerald Tablets spoke of a path that could free the soul from the endless cycle of suffering and ignorance. Thoth's writings describe the laws that govern the universe, laws of vibration, polarity, correspondence, and mentalism. They show that thought creates reality, that spirit precedes matter, and that death itself is not the end, but merely a transition. In other words, the very fabric of existence could be bent by those who awaken to these truths. This is why the knowledge was hidden, not because it was false, but because it was too true. Now let me ask you, what would you do if you suddenly realized that the limits you've been taught to accept, limits on your mind, your body, your spirit, were illusions? What if the barriers separating the divine from the human, the eternal from the temporary, were never real to begin with? This is the power that terrified those who sought control. The kings and rulers of the past knew that if humanity awakened, their empires would crumble. So they guarded the teachings, passed them down only to a chosen few, and built temples filled with symbols and riddles to protect the mysteries. But here's the paradox: truth cannot be hidden forever. Across the ages, fragments of Thoth's wisdom surfaced in Hermetic philosophy, in alchemical texts, in secret societies, and in the whispers of mystics who risked everything to keep the flame alive. From the deserts of Egypt to the libraries of Greece, from the manuscripts of the Middle Ages to the esoteric movements of today, the Emerald Tablets continue to resurface, calling out to those who are ready. And if you are hearing this now, it means one thing: you were chosen to remember. This is not just history. it's a mirror. The very act of listening to this knowledge is a sign that something deep within you has stirred. That inner voice telling you that you are more than flesh and bone, more than a byproduct of chance. It is the same voice that the ancients called the spark of divinity. And Thoth, through the ages, has always spoken to those who were ready to listen. So once again, write it in the comments. I am chosen. Because if you are here, if you are still watching, then maybe, just maybe, it is not by accident. The Emerald Tablets reveal something that has shaken seekers of truth for millennia. They are not merely carved words, not simply an echo of an ancient civilization. They are a map of reality itself, a revelation that the universe is not solid matter, but mind, consciousness projecting form. According to Thoth, everything you see, everything you touch, everything you believe to be real is, at its core, a vibration. Matter is frozen light, energy slowed down into density. Thoughts are the first spark, and from thought, reality crystallizes. The universe is mental, the mind of the all. And when a human being truly grasps this, when they realize that they too are fragments of that infinite mind, the chains of limitation begin to break. The tablets whisper secrets that rulers of empires and priests of dogma have feared. They reveal that the soul was never meant to remain imprisoned in the endless cycle of flesh. That death is not an end, but a passage. And that reincarnation, the wheel of return, can be escaped. Thoth taught the way to ascend, to step beyond the grave, and to awaken as a being of light, conscious, eternal, unbound. Imagine what this means. If humanity understood that divinity is not outside of them, but within, the foundations of power would crumble. Kings would no longer be seen as chosen by the gods, because every soul would know itself as divine. Religions could no longer claim to hold the only key to heaven, for heaven would be unlocked inside the heart of each seeker. Control itself, the chains that have bound humanity for 5,000 years, would dissolve in the fire of awakening. That is why this knowledge became forbidden. It was not destroyed in open flame, but buried under layers of ridicule and secrecy. Scholars were told the tablets were myth, a fantasy of mystics. Priests twisted their meanings into allegory, and those who dared to speak openly of the path to transcendence were branded heretics, witches, or madmen, and silenced. Yet somehow the wisdom endured, hidden in symbols carved into temples, whispered in secret schools of initiation, woven into the words of philosophers who cloaked truth in allegory. Across ages, across continents, fragments of this teaching resurfaced. The Hermetic principles, the mystical traditions, the whispers of alchemists, all echoes of Thoth's original voice. And now, as humanity stands on the edge of a great shift, these teachings rise once more from the shadows, not by accident, not by coincidence, but because the time has come. The Emerald Tablets, preserved against all odds, speak again to those who are ready to hear, to those who feel the stir in their soul when truth calls, to those who know deep down that they are more than flesh, more than history, more than a pawn in someone else's game. This is the power they never wanted you to know. And yet, you are hearing it now. That means something. Perhaps it means you were chosen. Perhaps it means you always were. Here is where the mystery becomes personal. The Emerald Tablets do not speak to everyone. Their words are veiled, encrypted in symbols, written in a language that the unprepared mind will dismiss as myth, superstition, or madness. But to those who are ready, every line burns with truth. Thoth wrote, "When the time of darkness has passed, my words will return to those who are ready." Pause and reflect on this. What if this is not just ancient poetry, but a prophecy? What if the very fact that you are listening now means you were meant to? that these words traveled across millennia, hidden in secret orders, whispered in temples, encoded in myths, all so that in this exact moment they could reach you? You may feel it already, the subtle vibration, the chills across your skin, the resonance inside your chest. That is not coincidence. That is recognition. The soul remembering what the mind has forgotten. Not everyone is meant to hear these words. Most will scroll past, laugh, or forget. That is how it has always been. The mysteries guard themselves by invisibility, visible only to those with the inner sight to perceive them. But you did not turn away. You kept listening. And that reveals something powerful. You are part of a lineage that cannot be seen with the eyes, but only with the spirit. Understand this. Being chosen does not mean superiority. It does not mean power over others. It means responsibility. It means that in a world drowning in illusions, you have glimpsed the light of truth, and once seen, it cannot be unseen. The Emerald Tablets speak of initiates, men and women across time who carried fragments of this wisdom, each in their own age, each with their own burden. Mystics, shamans, alchemists, philosophers, rebels. Some were celebrated, many were silenced, but all of them were part of the same hidden brotherhood, the keepers of light. And now the torch has passed to you. Ask yourself, why did these words find you now, in this exact chapter of your life? Why not years ago? Why not years later? The answer is simple yet terrifying, because now you're ready to begin the process of awakening, to break the chains of the mental prison that rulers, systems, and false prophets built around humanity. But awakening is not easy. It demands death, not of the body, but of the false self, the ego, the illusions, the masks we wear to survive in society. All must crumble for the inner divinity to emerge. This is why most people will never walk this path. It is easier to sleep, to obey, to distract themselves with the noise of the world. Yet here you are. You heard the call, and once the call is heard, destiny begins to unfold. Thoth did not write the tablets for kings or priests. He wrote them for the seekers scattered through the ages, those who would awaken when the time of darkness had passed. That time is now. Look around you. The world is collapsing under the weight of lies. Systems are breaking. Truth is surfacing. And within this chaos, the light of ancient wisdom is returning. You are not here by mistake. You are part of the prophecy. You are part of the chosen ones. The question is no longer whether you are ready. The question is, will you answer? The knowledge that has been hidden for over 5,000 years is now resurfacing, like a river long buried beneath the sand of time. Across the world, countless souls are beginning to awaken, feeling the subtle vibrations of truth stirring within them. They notice that reality is not as solid as they once believed. The walls of illusion that once held them captive are starting to dissolve. The veil of Maya, the veil of false perception, grows thin, and the light of hidden wisdom begins to shine through. This is the time Thoth spoke of, a time when the seekers would return to the path, when the lost knowledge would find those who are ready to receive it. Those who sense it already feel a shift in consciousness. The world feels heavier and lighter at the same time. People begin to see patterns that others dismiss. They feel energies, signs, and synchronicities. Their intuition grows sharper, and the inner voice that had long been ignored becomes impossible to silence. Thoth's teachings remind us of a profound truth. You are not merely flesh and bone. You are not simply a creature bound by mortality. You are an eternal spirit, a spark of the infinite, capable of shaping reality with your thoughts, your intentions, and your awareness. You are, in essence, the scribe of your own destiny. The power to create, transform, and ascend resides within you. waiting for the moment you claim it. The awakening is not a gradual trickle, it is a sudden recognition, a flash of understanding that hits the soul and rattles the mind. Once it occurs, there is no turning back. The world will never look the same again. You begin to notice the illusions that once seemed real, societal expectations, program beliefs, the fear of failure, the attachment to material gain. All of these are distractions that kept humanity asleep. And yet, once awakened, they appear for what they truly are. Chains that can be broken, shadows that vanish in the light of awareness. Ask yourself now, why are you here? Why did these words reach you at this precise moment? Perhaps it is coincidence, but perhaps, just perhaps, it is destiny. Perhaps you were chosen to hear them, chosen not by chance, but because your soul is ready to remember its divine heritage. The awakening does not select by fame, wealth, or social status. It chooses the heart, the mind, and the readiness of the spirit. Those who are receptive, who can feel the vibrations of truth resonating within, are the ones who are called forward. And once you are called, once you answer the call of awakening, life transforms. You begin to perceive not only yourself, but the world around you in an entirely new light. You see energy where others see matter. You understand vibration where others see chaos. You feel your connection to the universe, to all living beings, all creation, all that has ever existed. This is the path of the awakened. Being chosen comes with both blessing and responsibility. The blessing is the knowledge of your own divinity. The responsibility is to live it, to embody it, to align your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions with the eternal truths you have glimpsed. You are no longer a passive observer of life. You are a conscious creator. Every word you speak, every decision you make, every intention you hold carries weight, resonance, and consequence. The awakening is not a destination, but a journey. It is a continuous process of remembering who you are, of peeling back the layers of illusion, of facing the shadows within and embracing the light. Some days will feel like triumph, others like struggle, but every step leads closer to the ultimate realization. You are eternal, you are powerful, and you are free. So once again, ask yourself, why are you here? Why are you listening? Maybe it is because you were chosen. And once chosen, once awakened, there is no turning back. Your life will never be the same. You have glimpsed the truth. You have felt the vibration. You have heard the call of Thoth. The path now lies before you, illuminated, infinite, and waiting for the step you are ready to take. If these words resonated with you, it means the awakening has already begun. You are feeling the stir of ancient wisdom within, the spark of understanding that has been hidden for thousands of years. This is your moment to step into the path that Thoth has chosen for you. Before you continue scrolling, take a second and write in the comments, "I am chosen." By doing this, you are not just acknowledging the truth, you are claiming it. You are letting the universe know that you are ready to awaken, that you accept the responsibility and the power that comes with this knowledge. Remember this, the truth will always find those who are ready to receive it. It travels across time, across civilizations, across centuries, and now it has found you. The Emerald Tablets, the hidden knowledge, the wisdom of Thoth, all of it calls to those who are prepared. So join the chosen. Leave your mark in the comments. Declare your readiness. And know that once you take this step, your life can never be the same. You are no longer just a witness to history. You are part of it. You are part of the awakening. Write it now. I am chosen, and let your journey begin.